If there's a company out there, well, I mean, obviously the main advice would be for them to come and talk to you, because you can help them, to formulate their strategy and their campaign. But if they're there thinking, well, we need to hire some people, but our hiring hasn't been spot on before. We've hired a few people we probably shouldn't have hired, and we're not really cutting through to the candidates we really want to get to. What's the advice there? Would you say for them to sort of go back to the beginning and think about who you're actually trying to hire, and then how you're going to get to them? Or is there a process that they could go through?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, in terms of just giving an overview of what that process would look like, I'd honestly say open up an Excel spreadsheet and start mapping anyone who you think has the skill set that you need. And then once you've got 50 of them, 100 of them, or it might be 20 if you're working in a really, desert market, then start talking to them. Just speak to the guys. Like, people are so receptive, and especially when you're speaking about their jobs. And it's why we're so lucky. We've got a team who just genuinely love just speaking to people and learning about people's jobs. And that's all we need to do. We need to collect enough information to make an educated decision. And in a market, and not just a market, in an economy and a world that moves so fast, a lot of people still assume that they know things from 5 years ago or 10 years ago. We don't. If 3 months and our information is out of date because someone might have moved away, someone might have had COVID, someone might have had a situational change in their family. You just don't know what changes. Someone's company might have gone bust overnight. So no information is ever live. And I think you have to track your conversations with these people. And this is where, I'm always happy to give this away, because ultimately it does take time. And someone who, there's 10 people could do what we do. And I really genuinely believe that we come out on top every time because of how much attention we pay to what we do. And that's the answer in the campaigns. You pay attention to what they say. So at the end of that part of the campaign, you have a spreadsheet with 50 or 100 people that have your skill set, as well as a good idea of what these people are saying about what their move motivators are. Why do they stay at their company? What would they look for? Why did their friend interview with that company? Who's moving over there? Who's starting a new division? And you get all of this, like, within days. You can have such an amazing picture of this whole market to then start with those exact same names, by the way, non-invasively, just marketing back exactly what they've said. So we've worked with businesses, by the way, we don't just make things up and say that we've magically fixed these things. We've done market studies, and then we'll work with the directors to just make small tweaks. And okay, like, these people don't like it when they have to pay for their own PPE, or they think that the bonus structure is better over there. Sometimes it's actually not, and a lot of it's hearsay. So we also do things like newsletters, by the way. So we'll do internal bulletins, and we'll work with companies to communicate with their own staff. We'll hear things happening on site, and such is paying more money, such and such has got a bonus out. So we just educate people, and we'll talk them through the different pay brackets across the industry and why theirs is different, etc. But ultimately, once we collected enough information, we can campaign anything back to people, and we make the fixes in businesses, and then we go and tell those people, hey, here's a company that fixes those problems you said you had. And the chances are we'll get an application from them, because all of this is so fresh on their mind. Often they don't necessarily know that it's linked back from the conversation, obviously. So it just turns out that it's just a really good, honest marketing campaign.